Guys. Today, hello, Eric.
Hello, bro. How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, my day has been great.
Do you hear me on your side?
Everything on my side is okay. I can hear you.
Okay. How is
Yeah.
Slovakia?
Well, Slovakia is a little bit cold now because of winter. So
Uh,
when when moving out of the house, you need to be able to put like three jacket, with gloves,
mhm.
and a scarf on your neck.
You haven't adapted to the changing weather like the winter.
I have stayed here for 3 years, but I have not adapted to it. It's completely different from what I'm used to. Because back home I'm used to a temperature of like 25 degrees Celsius. Here the it's a little bit hard for me.
But that is strange because, like, to me, for the time I've been here, I think even I stayed in Slovakia for 2 years without buying any winter jacket. And
That's the stage of
the weather here is much different compared to Slovakia. Like right now, I think it's -9, and I feel even much better compared to, like, it's even much better. It's much colder, yes, but I don't feel it anymore. Like it's not a problem to me anymore. Like I just got adjusted to it. But again, I can say that
thing.
if you start taking cold shower, you adjust to it very fast. Do you know like this?
Taking what?
If you take cold shower, like hmm? Yes, if you start taking cold shower, you will adjust
Cut
to
my
it very fast.
cut my legs. I can't take on the shower. I never bathed in the on the shower since I
Why?
was a child.
Why?
No, I don't know. I don't like it.
But
But
it's good actually. It's good for your health, and also like you not feel any outside. There's no like it will not be very the weather will not be very harsh outside when you start taking cold shower.
thank you. That's an advice I can't take.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we can start like because my main aim for starting this channel was at least to try and open up Europe, like opportunities in Europe or countries that people even they don't know what they do or what it's all about. For example, Slovakia. When you tell someone I am in Slovakia, they even don't know where Slovakia is and maybe what Slovakia has to offer for people who are in Kenya. And most of the time, when people think of studying abroad, they think that maybe you need to spend a lot of money, a lot of resources. And again, at the same time, they think that maybe studying abroad is only for special people, like maybe those who have money. But us who have been here in Europe, who have lived here for some time, we have like personal experiences about school fees and also about general life for students or people looking for opportunities in Europe. So I thought like it could be a wise idea for such a kind of information to be channeled out so that people can really see Kenyans in Europe talking about their personal experiences and the general experience in Europe. And by doing this, I think we could help at least one or two who may want this kind of information
Mhm. Yes. Yeah. That's a
because
good idea.
that's good. And when I started, like I didn't know actually like the response from people, but many people they don't have information, and maybe they go through agencies. But schools admission in the entire Europe is like straightforward if one wants to study, and if he only have like the right channel, which school he wants to apply to, you don't have to go through any agency for you to apply for school in Slovakia, and you can get easily admitted to any of the schools of your choice if you meet the required documents they want from you. So, having said this, I like also maybe you can introduce yourself because maybe say something about yourself and how you got yourself to Slovakia and how has Slovakia been to you? Just for someone who would be see this video and want to see you went to Slovakia, how is it, and maybe the general experience.
Okay. My name is Mudlomi Eric Kadri. I'm from Meru in Kenya, specifically from Igembe. Currently, I'm a student at the University of Economics in Bratislava, and I'm studying economics and business management. I came to Slovakia in 2019, having won a government scholarship. And maybe if I can talk a little bit on the intrigues before the scholarship, I can explain to them. So, like, personally, how I happened to get a scholarship when I finished the Form 4, I joined the university in Kenya to study nursing. And then shortly after, we closed for a semester, I traveled to Nairobi, to Jogo House. And when I went there, I asked the officer in charge, I'm looking for a scholarship. He told me, now what you do, go to Kenyatta International Conference Center, floor 19, in an office known as Foreign Service Institute. And from there, you'll be guided, you'll be off, that's the department that deals with the scholarships. So I went to KICC, and then I was referred to Ministry of Foreign Higher Education in Teleposta Towers. And from that is where I was given a link on when government scholarships are posted. That link is www.education.go.ke. And then I just went home. I kept on checking that link to see the new scholarship advert. I applied for 6, attended interviews, but unfortunately I didn't qualify. And then when I applied this one as the 7th one, it is when I was chosen. So when I was chosen, the stories with visa, they were one-on-one. First of all, for you to be given a visa to come to Slovakia, your document needed to be certified, and the certification takes place in two cases. That is, first of all, you take your academic certificate, both living certificate and the KCSE certificate, and maybe even your primary school certificate. You take them to your respective primary school or high school for stamping. What happens is that your principal, by the principal starting his signature and the stamp on the photocopy of your certificate, that means certification. Then from there, you take this document to Jogo House, room 416. Sunday. When you take them there, they also certified again. That is the officer judge put as puts his stamp on those documents and a signature. After they have been certified like that, you then take them together with the certificate of good conduct, which is not more than 90 days when applying the visa, to take them to foreign affairs for legalization. By legalization is when by they are certified again and they are recognized as true and as valid in Kenya. And then you carry all these documents to for legalization and for scholarship interview. Sorry, for visa interview. And then from there you wait for a short time. Normally, to be given a visa, it takes a maximum of 15 days. Maximum. That means it can take less. Like mine took 1 week. So for 15 days, and then with this document you come with them in Slovakia. So that is a little bit what I've handled concerning the scholarship. Do you have any question about that, Duncan?
Mhm. Okay, you it's good like you have outlined the legalization and super legalization process for maybe people who are watching us for the first time. Like even though like someone who is not, if you are planning to apply for any scholarship, I will advise that you start legalizing and satisfying your documents as you start applying for any scholarship. This is really good, and also at the same time, you also need to start looking for your passport. And how was your journey like from Kenya to Slovakia when you got the scholarship? Like how was the excitement then? And maybe you
Well,
can you can also maybe tackle maybe expectations, were your expectations while in Kenya, and what you really found in Slovakia?
Well, when I won a scholarship, it was an excitement for me and for the whole village where I come from. People from my village were so happy that they got a chance to go to Europe. And so when it became time for me to leave the country, I was escorted to Nairobi by a group of about 20 people. They escorted me to Nairobi. We went to JKIA, took a photo. I said hello hi to them. Then I just checked in and I entered in the plane. It was my first time to board an aeroplane, and it was my dream actually. I remember like
Mm-hmm.
I remember like in my room at campus, I had a picture hung in the wall of a plane flying, and I could just every time I see it, I just tell myself, itakuja siku, yani there will come a day when I'll get a chance to board this flying machine to whichever place. So tukaingia kwa ndege, getting in the aeroplane, we were greeted by a smiling air hostess. She showed me where to sit. I sat down, and then it came the time for takeoff. That feeling was just awesome. We took off,
Mm-hmm.
and from the screen, I could see that you are like 43,000 feet above sea level. We were,
Mm-hmm.
I, it came time for us to be served with the food. We were given choices of which food you want, whether you want rice, beef. There are quite wide variety of food. I used Fly Emirates. So they were selling Arabic food, halal. They were calling it halal.
Mm-hmm.
Drinks. Of course, you know what is offered in the plane. You are given a choice to take water, juice, some tea or a coffee, wine or a bottle of beer. I chose what could the best fit me for that occasion. And finally, I arrived in Dubai. We arrived in Dubai after 6 hours. Then from Dubai, I slept in Dubai. Now we arrived in Dubai at 10 p.m. I slept in the airport up to 8 a.m. We boarded a plane to Europe now. And then we arrived in Vienna at 2 p.m. And the question up to that point,
Mm-hmm. And can you explain like your first encounter like in Europe? How was it like? Maybe you being in Europe for the first time. Were you maybe excited to what you saw, or was it just similar compared to Nairobi?
well, when I arrived in Vienna and after I checked out, and then it came time to board and bus to Bratislava, I had that feeling that I have achieved my dream of coming to study abroad in Europe. So that
Mm-hmm.
dream, there was that sense of satisfaction. I felt so satisfying. But then when we arrived in Bratislava, something funny happened. Like for us, we never had anybody to wait for us, like I waited for you people, or
Mm-hmm.
like those who have come ever since. I've people waiting for them to receive them. So when we came, we first of all got lost. We took a tram, and then we were lost. We were lost. Then we found someone. We told them that we wanted to go to Police Carolina. She was kind enough. She took us to the bus station, boarded the bus. Then we went to Police Carolina. From there also, we couldn't differentiate these houses, which is Police Carolina, which is not. Then we were going the opposite direction. Be like, if you may say, we were going to that direction.
You remind me that I had a conversation with Abdi, and he told me that when they
With
came, they were they were
with you.
directed to. Yes, no, not with me, but I think the previous, I think to that they went to Volkswagen. I don't know, like
Who
I don't very far away
who
from
told you?
Molinska Dolina. I don't know, but it's
Who?
okay.
Who?
Abdi was telling me that when they came, they were lost, and they went until like up to Volkswagen, where Volkswagen is like near Metro down there. And when he was there, it was really stupid for him. Okay, but now I want to ask you that how was this like studies for you, or now that you have been in Slovakia for some time, what would you advise someone who is looking forward joining Slovakia for studies?
Well, my advice is that if one has a passion to study, let him follow it. But studying Slovak language, you have to be honest. It is tough, so you have to be equal to the task also. It is tough to study in Slovak language.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Slovak language is not easy, in my opinion, and maybe in your opinion as well. You have to be able to give it all. Like for me, I remember, the funny thing is, when we go to language school, we expect to be taught in English, and then translation is made in Slovak. That is not the case. They teach in their own language, but there are people who have managed. Actually, 99% have managed to study in Slovak, and they are progressing well in their careers that they chose. And studies in other than the language, studies in the university. Maybe I can handle that a little bit, but I thought maybe I can tackle the issue of how to join university directly when without a scholarship. Is that so?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so maybe I can handle that in the first place. So what happens in Slovakia is that the grade that you get in Form 4, it does not qualify you directly to join university in Slovakia. What happens is you apply, you for example go to my university, the University of Economics in Bratislava, and then you look at the programs that they are offering. That is maybe whether it's applied economics, or maybe finance, banking and investment, or maybe economics and business management, and then you apply. When you apply, you submit the document. The most important document that you can submit is a document known as a non-certified copy. That is somebody now all the document that you did for legalization in Nairobi and the embassy. You come, maybe you send someone here, he takes it to a certain office here in Slovakia, called in Neuland. When you take it there, your certificate are recognized as legal. From there, then you apply for the university. When you apply for the university, for most programs, they give you an entrance exam, and in that entrance exam, they give you study materials for it, and it is not hard. Then after you do the entrance exam, you are admitted into the university. They doesn't consider what you got in Form 4.
That's really good. And are there maybe opportunities for people maybe who would want maybe to study in Slovakia, and they may feel like maybe paying school fees for maybe if they are self-sponsored, raising fee, like could someone work and still raise school fees for himself?
Yeah, that is very possible. Someone can work and raise fee for them. So I know several people who does that.
Hmm. And
Yes.
how's like Slovak life generally to you and maybe to foreigners? Is it conducive for people to live?
Yeah, it is conducive for people to live because, like in Slovakia, you can, like, for me, for the period that I've been here, I've never been disturbed by any Slovak. They are just peaceful and they mind their own business. So like nobody cares what you does, how you come from, or etc. They just mind their own business, and they give you that sense of peaceful coexistence, and that peace, the peace that we need. So for me, I find Slovak to be a good country because, first of all, it's a European country, but there's no racism. I've never encountered racism from a Slovak ever since I came to Slovakia 3 years ago.
Hmm.
Yes.
And maybe, hmm I don't know if I can be able to ask this maybe in a general way, like what are some of maybe of the because me personally, what I faced, if I can say like the if I was going to ask you like the challenges maybe you faced when adapting to the Slovak life, to me it was like integrating. Like when I came to Slovakia, like the first year, it was really hard for me to adapt because I used to think that the kind of food like maybe I can only eat rice and maybe some the chickens were not very good, and it took me time for me just to adjust to this kind of life. What are some of your challenges that you really faced maybe in terms of adapting?
Well, for me, in terms of adapting the challenges that I faced, the Slovak language,
Mhm.
and so that ability to the fact that I had I had I had to learn to be alone and on my own. Like even here in the room, I've been alone. So most of the time you are alone in the room. You don't have someone maybe to talk to unless you take a call. You call, and even when you call, you have to ask someone for permission to call. So like loneliness is a challenge I faced, and now I understand. To me, I didn't have any problem with the food, any problem with their food, even though it can be stingy for some people. And then, of course, the language you don't maybe understand. You don't understand what you are being told. The language seems hard at first, and also the fact that under the tough winter, for us we are not used to winter, and the winter was also a challenge. I could sometimes feel
Mhm.
pain on the fingertip during winter. So also to adjust it to winter also is a challenge by itself.
Mhm. And maybe what else could you tell like people who are looking forward to join maybe Slovak, maybe on job opportunities or maybe for studies, like just to maybe to summarize, what else could you tell to this kind of people?
I would tell them to be determined and to be committed in the process. They should not give up. If it is their wish to stand abroad, they should take it by both chances. And also because I have lived here in Slovakia, and of course I have also had an opportunity to travel to some European countries like Netherlands, Belgium, and Germany. What I can also advise them is that to embrace IT, because like I was in the Netherlands earlier this year, and what happens in Europe is that in most cases a person is paid per hour. So like for 1 hour you'll be paid maybe like you are 10 euros or 20 euros or so. When I was in Netherlands, I came to learn that a person who has done something related to computers and anything, IT, computer science or so, you are paid between 40 to 60 euros per hour. So they embrace those technological courses. Number two, they should not limit themselves of where they come from. They should know that they have a chance to achieve their dreams. They have a chance to get to what maybe none has been in wherever they come from, and to just focus on them. So if they so wish to come to Slovakia, I advise them to go ahead and apply for the scholarship.
Hmm.
Yes.
That's so good. It's so good, like coming out from you who is in Slovakia, and for some of us who have been in Slovakia before, that people should know that Slovakia also has many opportunities for people who are seeking maybe to come and study or maybe also look for jobs in Slovakia. And what are like the some of the, because many people who doesn't know, like they think like maybe there are special jobs for people who can do like, or maybe they think the jobs someone should have like maybe special qualifications for him or her to start working. Can you just maybe mention as we summarize like what are the requirements for you to work maybe in Slovakia as a student?
The requirement for you to work as Slovakia as a student is first of all a proof that you are a student. That one you are often you are given by the school. You also like insurance. If you should be having a the insurance. And number three, what you need is your residence permit. The residence permit you are often when you come to Slovakia, you can get Slovakia. You apply for residence permit. You just need these three things for you to work.
Hmm. That's good. Eric, mi nimeshukuru, tumatis tumeongea, we have shared, tumeongea na I can't wait, maybe in January I'll be in Slovakia to meet you for Pivo, or what do you call it?
Napeleke pivo.
And maybe that, I think personally I've been in Slovakia, and if you are planning to study in Slovakia, I think studies in Slovakia is, if you are at least cheap and easy for, if you are coming from Kenya, if you are planning to study in Slovakia, it's a good country for you to study in. And if you want to apply for scholarship, it's also good. It will be open next year around March, I think. March, right?
Yeah.
Around March. So you should also keep in touch that when they open, we can also start applying and venture into this beautiful country in the Eastern Europe and
Central Europe.
Central
Central Europe.
Eastern Central Eastern Europe. Okay, geographically in the east, logically in the central, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and Brian, we don't look white. We are still black. We aren't white, but it's okay. And I think that's it. If we have maybe questions, if you want to ask any question concerning studies in Slovakia, I think it's high time you can ask, and maybe we can jointly be able to answer you. And maybe if those people who are interested in schools in Slovakia, I have shared some of one of the schools, the study programs, and how much you can pay if you because the scholarship is for only 4 people, like per year, 4 to 6 people, but nowadays reduced to four. If you can be interested, the school fees ranges from 800 euros, actually maybe to 2,500. So but if you can find yourself in Slovakia, I think it's this money you can raise by working on part-time jobs, as Eric has said. So if you have any question, we can try to answer one. Or if you want also to be on our live, we can also request for you to be here and you can also contribute directly. But otherwise, we can end it here if there will be no question and it will be okay. Maybe if you have anything that you haven't said, Eric, it's again your time.
No, for me, I've said everything. Thank you for this channel, and we hope to have more of this engaging. Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, that's good. That's really good. I feel good when not only me but other people can come in and contribute, and it makes it more sense because by doing this, at least we give to the community like people who may also be looking for this kind of information. And when it comes to some of us, I think it's a better way. Bryce is asking that can you have find me help a scholarship in Sweden? Okay,
I think it's
there's a
advertised.
scholarship. Mhm.
I think it is advertised, but it is postgraduate.
Yes, it is for masters and PhD, but I know him, so he can. If you are interested in this scholarship in Sweden, I think you should apply for the school first, and then the scholarship will be open in I think around mid February. Then, but you have to apply for the school. Application for the school is open and is ending on 16th of January. To make the application, I have outlined all the processes, but I think on personal level, you can also go through it. But it's good to make the application before 16th. Then thereafter, in February, we can apply for the scholarship altogether. But you need to have an application for the admission first. Okay, Murume, thank you so
Yes.
much.
Karibu sana. Hats
Asante,
off.
asante, asante, nimeshukuru.
Good night.
Good night, same to you. Bye.
Bye.